Grande Canelo.
They mocked him for years. They taunted, dismissed him.
You had loads of beef. Yeah. You love the beef. The Mexican.
The Jews.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They tried to turn their fights into a game of mental warfare.
Good mouthpiece.
He's coming, Canelo.
But Canelo Alvarez had heard it all before.
At the end of the day, he's gonna be in the ring when we talk, right?
He didn't just humble these arrogant fighters. He broke them, word by word, bone by bone. Because in Canelo's world, you don't talk your way to greatness. You earn it in blood. Welcome back to Fight Story.
I told you, hey, my friend, with all my respect, I told you, easy money. It is what it is.
Diferente a todos. Su rostro blanco con pecas y su pelo rojo, entonces era muy diferente pero
He didn't look the part. Fair skin, red hair, and freckles. In Mexico, that made you a target. Born and raised tough in Guadalajara, Canelo Alvarez learned early that silence was stronger than words. While other kids were in school, he was fighting grown men. He turned pro at 15, illegal by the books, but impossible to deny. In 2009, a brash American named Lanardo Tyner came to Mexico full of swagger.
Grain the cinnamon. Yeah. Grain the Canelo. Grain
Canelo was only 19. Tyner was a veteran, tough, seasoned, and connected. A former Mayweather sparring partner, known for his grit and mouth.
I'm fighting guys in the streets. I gotta worry about bets coming and guns and brothers coming to get me later. In the ring, all I'm doing is fighting with pads on and a referee making sure you don't get dangerous. How would I be scared to fight you? If y'all think y'all can punch, let me see, mother. Canelo, fight tonight.
From the opening bell, it was Canelo who set the tone, but Tyner who tried to steal the moment. He taunted, smirked, dared the young Mexican to bite. But Canelo didn't flinch. He boxed, he stalked, and slowly he started breaking Tyner down.
La pelea es mía, bien, la mano derecha se forma a la izquierda y remata con la propia derecha. El upper con la mano derecha para que
Lanardo Tyner.
Bien, buscando la zona hepática, precioso el golpe que metió el lateral. Bien, con la izquierda, que parece que esa derecha se quedó en la izquierda y derecha, pero se dobla muy bien de la cintura. Tyner para el final de este tercer episodio.
For a 19-year-old, Canelo looked calm, composed. He stuck to his game plan and never chased. Tyner tried to force chaos, but Canelo broke his rhythm with timing and pressure. And round by round, the damage added up.
Asumir de una manera incorrecta cuando viene la hepática con la mano izquierda que suena y después la derecha. Cuando estaba entrando este hombre que está abriendo la boca y que puede ser...
The taunting from Tyner continued, but Canelo wasn't fazed. He stayed disciplined, unbothered, focused on breaking him down, shot by shot.
Conectó con los dos puños, la mano derecha arriba y lo invita Tyner a ir hacia el frente.
Tyner was tough, but his taunts had no conviction. The skill gap was obvious.
Muy incómodo este Lanardo Tyner, difícil y peligroso. Este Lanardo Tyner es uno de ellos, pero aquí conectando bien.
Ahí está otra vez la izquierda, buscando la cabeza de Tyner, que recibe golpes ya con mucha dureza.
Meterlo con demasiado poder. Bien, la mano derecha. Jesse Reyes. Bien, la mano derecha, ahora rematando sobre el rostro de...
By the final bell, there was no doubt. Canelo hadn't just passed the test. He'd silenced a cocky fighter who talked far more than he fought.
I think if Mayweather is a bigger guy or like you, he can knock you out.
The name Chavez is sacred in Mexico, but the son was not the father. Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. had spent years in Canelo's shadow, jealous, insecure, and bitter. He mocked Canelo's rise, dismissed his accomplishments, questioned his legacy. The tension simmered for years.
Canelo, ¿quieres pelear con Triple G? ¿Quieres echar el pollo? Lo único que sí les puedo decir, que yo nunca le he rehuido a ningún rival. Hay un dicho que dice que el dinero es el diablo y lo ha tocado un poco y eso ha hecho que cambie un poco su mentalidad. Y ahorita...
And when they finally sat down face to face, it boiled over.
Because you know, you fight Triple G, you fight me because you think I'm easy than Triple G. You think you're the real middleweight champion? You with Miguel Cotto. You know, Miguel Cotto is the middleweight champion.
Canelo didn't flinch. He offered a bet. Winner takes the entire purse.
Te apuesto tu bolsa que no me ganes. Hecho.
You must obey. Good luck, Bruno Suerte. Alvarez has proven he belongs.
From the opening round, it was a one-man show. Canelo walked him down, broke him apart, and humiliated him.
Certainly not a winning strategy for Chavez, you wouldn't think.
Birds shook their heads in amusement. In the first couple rounds, he seems to be trying to execute that plan. Alvarez blocking punches with his glove.
Chavez blocking punches with his face and his body.
Chavez barely threw punches, barely fought back. He just stood there and took it.
And Canelo fights his way off the ropes with hard shots. Doing what he wants to do, making Chavez bleed.
This is thus far not one of the great all-Mexican fights.
The crowd waited for a response, but there was none, just silence and surrender. Round by round, Canelo delivered a public execution, measured, cold, unforgiving.
Looks to me like he's really enjoying handing out this punishment.
Canelo, and nothing could be further from the truth.
Come to discourage him. He must stay right there, not let...
Somebody tell him to go forward. I mean, he just backs up and backs up.
It's a mismatch, and it was one going in. Those fighters, and acquitting himself so well.
But he's getting ripped by a superior fighter with better skills.
And Canelo really teeing off right now.
It largely traded on his name, and he needs to fight for his own name here.
Canelo won every single round. Chavez was bloodied, bruised, beaten without resistance. It wasn't a fight. It was a slow dismantling. And by the end, Chavez Jr. didn't just lose, he was humiliated.
What's it like fighting Chavez Jr.?
Easy.
Yeah.
Easy work.
I mean,
you had loads of beef.
Yeah.
You love the beef. The Mexican. You love the juice. Yeah.
It wasn't until 4 years later that Canelo would face another arrogant trash talker. His name, Billy Joe Saunders. A fighter who had always relied on two weapons, his slick boxing and his mouth. A master of psychological warfare, Saunders didn't just fight opponents. He tried to break them before the opening bell. And for years, he'd set his sights on Canelo Alvarez.
We're ready to go now. Boom, boom, boom.
The trash talk started early. Back in 2017, Saunders crashed the Canelo versus Golovkin press conference in London.
Can I just ask this guy to Canelo, what was the reason of giving the WBC title to Ferrari on the right? I'll translate that, shit yourself. And
through the years, Saunders kept calling for the fight. From interviews to social media, he stayed loud.
Canelo, I'm such a big fan.
Canelo is a pussy, a little ginger pussy.
But when the fight was finally made in 2021, he made the fatal mistake of thinking Canelo could be outplayed. Fight week was chaos. Saunders started off by insulting the Mexican media.
Yes, most definitely. Breath like it. Breath like it was like what it was always agreed. Yes, except from the Mexican beef channels. I was in my room, playing with my balls.
Don't make Canelo out to be some killer. He's just a little man with a pair of boxing gloves on. Absolutely 100% confident we're going to smash this mother.
Then, just days before the fight, He demanded a larger ring, threatening to pull out if he didn't get it. Canelo gave him the ring, but what came next, he never saw coming. Canelo's uppercut had shattered Saunders' orbital bone. He sat on the stool and gave up. It wasn't just a win, it was silence. The loudest trash talker humbled, and Canelo's revenge was sweet.
Gracias a todos. ¡Viva México, cabrones!
Hey, my friend, with all my respect, I told you, easy money. It is what it is.
Unbelievable night.
Historic night.